Hello.
Hey.
Welcome to Shooting the Shit.
WESTWORLD, Episode 3, discussion.
Yeah, I'm Boss.
I'm Oxnard.
I'm Dexter. Hello.
Before we get started today, I wanted to ask you two a question.
What do you know about rashes?
Do you feel lucky? No.
Jeez.
Have you gone to the WESTWORLD website?
The official website or the ARG site?
By ARG, do you mean the Delos website?
ARG means... Hold on.
Because if you go to discoverwestworld.com, that's where you just Google, like, Westworld Delos. They have, like, a fake website.
ARG is alternate reality game.
Yeah.
That's what Lost used to do with the Hanzo Foundation website.
Alternate reality game. Like, okay, I was thinking of LARPing, kind of, for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, so they have their own Delos. They have their own
live-action role-playing.
Yeah, I know.
Oh. You guys want a LARP?
Where it's like advertising Westworld, has a map.
That does sound, yeah, that's exactly like Oxnard was saying. Yeah, remember the Hanzo Foundation? Remember there was like a secret phone number you called?
Yeah.
And you would get like these mysterious answering service?
Yeah.
And there's like an automated text like, can I help you? And you can ask questions. And I just asked, are the hosts real? And it said, hosts like me look and feel just like humans. We are all here to fulfill your every desire at Westworld. Many guests ask who is a host and who is human. But if you can't tell, does it matter? Anything else I can help you with?
That's just like what the one fembot says.
But this person did say humans. So that's helpful for me, because I don't think they say humans much in the show.
I did notice some of the characters were saying weird stuff where I didn't know if it was a joke or if it was trying to say, like, no, we're robots. Especially when the one girl and the QA guy, they go looking for the stray robot.
Oh, wait, what's QA?
I don't know, that's what they call it, or AQ?
Really?
Yeah, look,
I guess that.
they called it Q, because I watch with the
Like
subtitles
the security force guy, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who for some reason has to cut off the head of the robot for some reason. But, and when she goes to use the bathroom, she goes, I'm going to go vectoring, asshole. And then he says something like, she's talking about how everyone has all the robots have a history. That's their cornerstone thing.
Yeah.
They built it around with layers. And then when he brings up, hey, that thing he put on that rock looks like Orion. She's like, how'd you know that? And he's like, it's one of my backstories. You know? It's a double meaning. Does that mean he's a robot?
Snarky.
No, I thought that was just a joke.
No, he's just being a snarky dick.
Is he?
Yeah. Well, maybe not. Maybe he was telling the truth, but he was saying it in such a way that you didn't think it was the truth.
Right.
And you just thought he was being a jerk.
Oh, the other thing I wanted to bring up, we
yes.
still don't know if the man in black was raping Dolores in that barn.
I guess not.
See, now, did he cut her scalp off?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
That was, I don't know. That was, that whole thing with
He did take out
Dolores
the knife.
was really crazy. And at one point, are we jumping all over the place here, or should I wait?
I think Boss should say what he was going to say, because I think I cut him
Well,
off.
I just wanted to bring up the website, that's all. So go ahead.
What's the website again? Discover Westworld?
Yeah, we could just go over the place. You could start with that if you want.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so, because this was one of the things that was driving me particularly crazy. Because, so, basically, there's this whole kind of parallel character arc that developed in this episode with someone named Arnold, right? That's who it was. That was Anthony Hopkins' friend that worked with him when they were first developing Westworld. It was like 3 years of no guests. It was just them and creating, and he talks about like it was like a kind of golden age for them. And Arnold kind of went in too deep. He started working with the robots in a way like he was trying to create genuine emotion. He attached to them.
Yeah, he alienated himself from other humans because he saw something in the robots.
Yeah.
Anthony Hopkins says isn't there.
Right.
Well,
and you see him explain that, like when Bernard walks in before Anthony Hopkins starts telling this long story, Anthony Hopkins gets pissed off at this guy who's working on a robot who's covered him up, covered his nakedness up.
Do you think they feel shame, Clarice?
And then he takes a scalpel and slices the face up.
Yeah.
And I thought he was gonna like slice the guy's face up for a second. Was channeling Hannibal Lecter there.
That was interesting because Bernard acts weird there, and we do know that there might be a robot now who is based off of his son.
Yes, right.
So
exactly.
he sees how Anthony Hopkins is treating these robots, and especially if he's going through this pain of losing a child, and then had he's honoring his child by putting him in the world, and he knows that the park, the guy in charge of the park is this like flippant towards the robots.
And also, like, he knows that based on this Arnold story, and I think that's specifically why he tells Bernard the story about Arnold is because he did make a robot.
Yeah, I certainly did.
And, he knows what Bernard went through, and so he sees him going down the same path, which he is. He's meeting with Dolores. He's having her read these passages that he used to read to his son, and he's kind of like now experimenting with her. Like she's giving responses that she doesn't even understand why she's giving them, and it's really weird. Like she's developing, she's growing. It seems, and then she's like, "Should I stop?" And he's like, "No, let's see where this goes, but don't tell anybody."
Yeah.
And then the whole point I was explaining all this to get to this part was when Trevor there, who is jacked, the guy...
he is.
He is.
Fucking huge. I was like, oh my god. He doesn't seem like that when you see him like in costume. He just looks like a skinny guy.
Yeah.
And then when they were working on the guy Trevor with the cool like mutton chop beard and everything, I mean, wow, that guy is fucking jacked. Anyway, he's gonna
cool off, Dexter.
What?
Cool off, man.
Yeah, take a cold shower. What I love about the Trevor actor is everything he's in, he's getting killed, he's getting beat up.
And he's like a piece of trash.
Yeah.
he's trash. But he's about to rape her, and then Dolores is going to pull the trigger on this gun. She's pointing the gun out, the gun that she found.
Is that the gun she found, or did she steal it from him as he was being...
No, she stole it from Trevor.
Right, you're right. I'm sorry. I was thinking of earlier. Yeah, no, you're right. She steals it from Trevor. She's more of like... She's got balls now. And you see before...
that makes this interesting.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Really?
she didn't get to find that out. And you see before, like, earlier in the episode, there's a scene where she's... the one guy's teaching her, James Marsden, or whatever his name is teaching her like how to shoot. She can't pull the trigger. It's like against her programming.
Yeah.
She pulls Trevor's trigger.
They talk about that after, because there's the dudes at the campfire, and there's only one of them who's actually able to use the axe and chop wood for the fire.
Yeah, they've been there for 2 days.
They're just sitting around like coming up with excuses for why they can't do it.
It's hilarious. But I thought the girl mentioned...
James.
I know. I thought the girl mentioned that they recently did that just for safety.
Yeah.
They did. Yeah.
They did.
Yeah. So here's my point for why I was giving this quick exposition here. So right before she shoots Trevor with his own gun, you hear a voice that says, shoot him, Dolores, or kill him, whatever. It says to her. I couldn't figure out who was saying it. It sounded like a blend of voices, and I wasn't sure. I was like, was that Bernard? Because we've heard his voice before. Was it Anthony Hopkins, or was it like a kind of combo?
I don't think they're going to make it so you can actually figure it out by the sound.
I know.
In the subtitles, it just said, mysterious man's voice. Kill him. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's... so that's, again, is really interesting. This whole thing with Dolores is getting really cool. And then... So Boss and I, Boss and I briefly talked about this in text message, Oxnard, before you had seen the episode. So we also see the guy in the white hat. He's had a kind of a fun day for him, right? He sees
what
the
guy in the white hat.
McPoyle.
McPoyle.
Oh, McPoyle. Okay, William. Okay.
William.
Anyway, we'll talk about what he's gone through in this episode in a second. The point I'm just going to talk about is the last scene for him when he's hanging out in the camping with his brother-in-law. We find out
Finally.
was like, who the fuck is this guy? They can't be friends. And I was like, he can't work for this guy, can he?
Yeah, it was a weird relationship, but now that it's revealed it's a brother-in-law, it's like, oh, okay, that works perfectly.
Makes sense. Now, with my knowing my brother-in-law, now this makes sense.
Yeah, it's like even if you don't like the guy, it's like you have to have that kind of force. Like, yeah, we're gonna get along. Well, I'll make it work.
Yeah. And then Dolores, so she goes through this whole ordeal that we just went over, and then she runs off on a horse. The guy's shooting after her, and then she kind of stumbles upon their camp. And now Boss and I were talking about the guy in the white hat. If this is still a flashback, because
I don't think it is now.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I think it might still be because
what? This episode sort of pushed it over the edge for me. Now, because of that, I actually think it is a flashback.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, it could be.
Back towards that too. Go ahead, Oxnard.
No, because they made it seem like, oh yeah, she's just coming from killing the bandit.
But that could be from the first incident. That could be from the first incident.
Not to trick us.
Right.
Yeah, and because Arnold was involved in the first incident, I think they said Dolores is like the oldest person there. I don't know. I can't remember if she would have been there during the incident. And now you see Bernard is the new Arnold, doing all these things. So I think they kind of wanted to just trick you into thinking, she just left, the previous scene and ended up there. But that really could be a flashback, and she's leaving the incident that occurred 30 years ago or whatever it was.
It's like poetry; it rhymes.
Yeah.
I was telling Boss before you called, Dexter, that the only thing that's annoying me now about the show is that they only do exposition when it's absolutely necessary. Like,
what do you mean?
Like they're only revealing stuff so slowly that it's like, remember, like Lost would do the same thing, but you also had flashbacks in that.
Yeah.
So with this show, it just feels like they really don't want to tell you anything, and then when they do tell you something, it's like at the last second or just enough to make you think. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hey, there's Cyclopses here. Oh no, look out!
Oh yeah, that was the other weird thing. Like in the subtitles when they're out on the hunt looking for that Wyatt's guy.
The guy who does the carvings?
Yeah, no, not the guy who does the carvings. The guy's at Teddy when they give him his new backstory, like when he was in the army.
Yeah. Oh, right.
So in the subtitles, when they hear that in the distance, it says like roaring.
No, you can hear it. Sounds like animal sounds.
Yeah, it was weird.
But that kind of fit with the sheriff. Remember the guy who had malfunctioned, the sheriff that malfunctioned in the first episode. He's back, and they're going with the group, and he's just talking about Wyatt to the girl, to the guest, to the player, and he's describing like, they're cannibals, they're like not even human anymore, or something like that, or demons or animals or something like that. So that's why I thought, I just assumed that it's part of the programming where they're supposed to sound like that. Do you think that it's something where something went awry?
No, I was hoping for werewolves. That's what I was hoping for.
Hey, that still might happen.
One thing I liked is that that also might point that it's also a flashback with this William guy, is that when he gets shot, he falls down, and the guy comes up to him and says, "Oh, did you just pop your cherry?" And you look at the mark, and the bullet doesn't kill you, but it did leave like a mark.
Yeah,
it's like a paintball gun kind of thing.
Yeah, so I'm almost thinking if this is in the past, maybe back in the day, there would be like a little shock to you that would.
Oh.
And then maybe they got complaints, and so they said, "Okay, get rid of that. They just won't die or something."
Plus, I wonder too, how often do things repeat themselves? So how many times has that whatever bounty hunter or sheriff or whatever brought that guy?
Well, we know it's at least 2 days until it repeats, because the guy says we've been here 2 days and all we've done is get drunk and fuck.
Right.
And they haven't seen that yet.
And the guy does confirm that it is $40,000 a day, boss.
Oh yeah.
But how did you know that? Where'd you see that?
I thought they referenced it in one of the first 2 episodes. That's the only reason I could have came up with that.
Huh.
Oh, they may have.
I don't know.
I think you might be psychic.
Maybe I saw it on the website. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I saw it somewhere.
Interesting.
I'm watching the episode while we talk, and there's the part with whatever his name is. I keep calling him Trevor because he plays Trevor in GTA 5.
Yeah.
But I was like, I remember how surprised I was to see him like naked there. He's fucking gigantic. It's the shape of his head deceives you from like the rest, and his neck from the rest of his body. It is like so. It was
Personal
a shock.
trainer, bro.
Yeah, really. We should get personal trainers.
Mm-hmm. All right. So.
Oh, can I say one more thing?
Yes, you can.
Back to the Arnold thing.
I permit you. Speak, Dexter!
Thank you, boss. When they're looking at the massacre, Bernard and the other girl, the one guy who kept drinking the milk, he shot up all the people in the saloon.
Yep.
He keeps talking to Arnold and when they're watching the video, like, I need more Arnold or something. He's talking to Arnold for something, and then he killed all of these people that killed him or did something bad to him in a previous storyline.
Yeah.
And the others he didn't touch.
Yeah.
So weird. Anyway, I forgot about that part.
It's just implying that they're remembering past things.
Yeah.
When they shouldn't.
And it's informing their decision. So they remember past things, but they still know who they are currently. And so, like, their past is informing their decisions, informing the decisions they make in the present, which is really crazy.
I have something to say about Arnold.
Careful.
Yeah.
I got something to say.
I could kick his ass.
Hey! Yes? I got something to say. So I think that there is no Arnold. I think that Anthony Hopkins was Arnold. But my thought is that maybe... You said how they didn't have guests for Westworld. They're just like experimenting and shit. So maybe he sort of played a character named Arnold.
Oh, that's interesting.
As like the world was developing. That's my theory. But I also, Oxnard and me talked about this a little earlier. I don't understand why he was, this episode, cutting the guy's robot's face, and like why he was harsh towards the robots. He wasn't like that really in the first two. What's going on there?
Seemed very like attached to all of them in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
And he even has the piano player one.
Yeah, he's like nostalgic for and I love that shot where they flash back, except for the CGI creepy young Anthony Hopkins shot.
What'd you think about that?
It was good, but it has that uncanny valley. And they told him, like, just hold still, don't move too much, because any slight movement's going to look weird.
So then he's like shows zero emotion.
Yeah, but that's an homage to the original TV movie, because that's how the robots were. It was like that Terminator skeleton with like the fake latex skin and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's cool that they showed like how it started.
I thought that was cool. Oh, that's an interesting theory, though, boss. I do like that. And then the picture that he showed could have just been like anybody else. And he could have said, "Oh, here's Arnold here," and actually been referring to himself in the picture.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they cut to him when he's talking about Arnold. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you never see this Arnold.
Yeah.
Show me Arnold. Where is Arnold?
Yeah. And man, he fit in that outfit a long time ago. He wore the same outfit.
Well, this is the same style.
Same size. The same size.
It must be some futuristic, tailoring. Fibers that adjust to your fit.
Do you think maybe Wyatt is...
Wyatt? I am Wyatt.
Is that his name? Wyatt?
Yeah,
Wyatt.
Wyatt. Maybe you think he's based off of Arnold?
Wyatt.
I don't know.
I don't know. That's a good question. Wyatt.
I'm glad he's not called Wyatt, though, because that would be hilarious.
Sounds too futury. I am Wyatt of Westworld.
I am Wyatt the robot.
I am a cowboy.
Yee-haw.
Get along, little donkeys.
Get up.
Hey, what about the guy when Wyatt's the guy with Wyatt's storyline is with the girl, and they take down that little group of men in town, coming out of some building. It's like a guy with a big mustache and a fur coat in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, Samuel.
All this heat.
Funny.
Is that Tom Jane? You know what I'm talking about?
I was wondering what was going on there. It took me a while to realize that she was a guest.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But that was pretty cool. Give me a little insight into some of the quests, And I like, actually on the wiki, they actually call it a quest, which I like.
It is a quest.
It is, yeah.
I don't know if it's him. It might have been uncredited. I don't know. I'll have to look. But for some reason...
I don't see it on the IMDb.
I know, I don't see it either. For some reason, that guy looks like Tom Jane was playing that character. I don't know why. But anyway, all right, forget it. Diversion. Move on.
Trying to think about what else happened here.
Well, you see Teddy's backstory. They have that nice scene where Wyatt is introduced into his history. And I like, he has the iPad, and then he's asking him, "Do you remember Whyott?" And then he says, "How about now?" And he clicks the upload button. Because then you actually see him like doing computer-related robotic stuff there.
Yes.
Well, like pushing a button.
Yeah, not just like being a psychologist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But somebody must have wrote that code. I'm assuming he did.
Somebody,
it's his story, and apparently it's like very mysterious. I mean, Bernard doesn't even know really, because the one Bernard's like girlfriend there, who's like a corporate person, she's like getting on Bernard's ball sack. What's going on here? Why didn't you tell me this? He's like, I can't tell you what I don't know. Jeez, bitch, get off my balls.
Where's Wyatt?
That's pretty.
Excuse me, I have to go write a story for Wyatt.
I just thought of something cool, like, because he just clicked something to, like, upload something to Teddy.
Teddy?
What if, like, if you think about it, all the robots are computers, so they...
What?
I know.
I thought they were fish.
Gotta think about it.
Yeah, so...
In my world, all the robots are computers.
If you get on my level, guys... okay, so... if you think about it, they could technically probably communicate without speaking, because they probably have their own, like, Wi-Fi and, like, I don't know, like, signal, and you know what I'm saying?
Asimov did it. Asimov did it!
You mean all the robots can intercommunicate, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, I wonder if that would be compromising to the whole thing. Maybe they want the robots individual, but it's all part of, like, one network.
Wouldn't they notice that?
I don't know.
Notice that? I mean, they examine these things. Wouldn't they say, "Hey, this robot's linked to every other robot in the
because if they could do that, why don't you just have one robot that you go to talk to all of them at once?
Also, there are risks of every robot accidentally melding every storyline into one.
And also, like, if one thing goes wrong, it's going to affect everything. Whereas if it's just one robot doing its own thing,
they could just send each other information. They could send each other like viruses.
Yeah, I don't think they want to do that.
Or even Arnold. Maybe that's how Arnold communicates with him.
Maybe Arnold is a robot.
Maybe
Arnold is one of the first robots that they made, or it's a very advanced one that Anthony Hopkins made.
Yeah.
And that helped him create the others.
I like that.
Had like some kind of like, well, I am a robot. These are robots. I'm not a human.
Maybe.
And he wanted to give them what he had.
Maybe young Anthony Hopkins is Arnold because he made himself look like a robot. And he called it Arnold.
Maybe Anthony Hopkins is a robot that built himself.
Holy shit!
Born in a log cabin, he built himself.
He built the log cabin, though. So what? How did that happen? It's like a chicken to the egg situation.
Do you want to go to comments?
Hey, first, did you notice?
Yeah.
Did you notice how the girl and the security guy are going into the Westworld? They're taking this elevator going up like 1,000,000 floors at a super fast rate.
Yeah. So they are underground. It would seem.
Yeah, they are very underground, I think.
Well, not Westworld though.
No, Westworld's on top.
No, Westworld's on the top. They are like the facilities.
And I thought something that happened this episode proved that it's like not artificial sun. I thought I saw something that made me think that.
Well, they were talking about stars,
Yeah.
and she was saying, like, they're not programmed to, like, care about stars or look at the stars, so...
Right.
No, I think that's the real sky they got going up there.
Yeah. Save some money.
Well, the inventor said he wants us to refer to the robots as robots.
Robots.
Zoidberg style.
My story, the robot Giscard, he talks to other people and robots with telepathy. Silence.
All right. Somebody got to read Big Will. I'll do it.
Right.
It's 40,000 a day, I heard from somewhere. Maybe the kids are programmed to run if someone gets too gross. But the man in black almost killed a kid, so maybe they just don't care. Interesting. He did almost kill that girl. He was going to kill her.
Right.
We were talking about, what the limits are with the kids and stuff.
That's true.
Yeah,
So
I think I said that, didn't I?
Yeah, I guess you can do anything you want to any age robot. That's my assumption. So there you go, Oxnard.
Is there like a vetting process for like guests? Like, don't talk about that. Like, they do like a background check on you?
She asked the medical history. I don't know about background check.
No, I doubt it. I'm just wondering, how do you fight against pedophilia? That's what I'm.
Maybe they just let it happen.
Well, if you're doing that in the real world, you'll be in jail, so you're not getting into Westworld.
Well,
so.
it's the Westworld, future world.
Yeah, but you think prisoners in jail are going to go to Westworld?
Super rich ones.
Super rich prisoners?
All right, Amazing Larry.
What?
Okay. I'm just going to read this regular, so we can get through it quicker. Try to guess, Amazing Larry says, try to guess which member of management is really a robot and how it will be revealed, because we did talk about that briefly. My money is on Jeffrey Wright's character. That's the actor who plays Bernard. Oxnard, stop talking over. Boss, you fucking fuck.
I think he said that
Never.
because I was talking over Oxnard last time.
That you were talking over Oxnard? Was that a
Yes.
fart? Did you fart?
No, I moved to my chair to the left.
Oh. Did you fart over me talking?
No.
We just got to talk over everything.
I'm usually the one talking over everybody. Amazing Larry.
That's true!
But wait, which robot do you... which person do you think is going to be revealed and how?
Oh, I agree that I think also Bernard is a robot, yeah.
I don't
I
think
don't
so.
think he's a robot anymore.
Because he has a kid.
Yeah. And he has a conversation with somebody off-site.
Yeah.
I'm assuming his ex-wife,
That
the
was
mother.
a pretty powerful scene, actually. It was making me tear up a little bit. He
Oh,
was talking
here's the
about
thing.
pain.
Here's the thing, though. Maybe,
Yes, boss.
Maybe...
I agree with you, that was very powerful.
Was Oxnard done talking or no?
He was like, I was getting very emotional, and I started to say, well, here's the
Okay, Oxnard, finish your thought.
thing!
No, I just like his speech, and then she's like, is us talking about this making this better or worse? And he has a good line. He says, like, the pain, I think, is, like, the only thing I have left to remember him by. And I was like, ooh, it's dark.
How about this, though? Maybe,
Here's the thing!
Maybe, how do you know that that's just not like an actress playing his wife, and it's just the memory of his wife and his family is just uploaded?
Yeah. It could be an AI, like...
Yes! Like an
just-
interaction.
And then Anthony Hopkins is, watching through a two-way mirror.
Exactly.
Masturbating.
Maybe he's even just playing the voice, the wife.
He's just, at the end, you see he pulls off, a Mission Impossible mask.
He's mouthing it.
One of those hyper-realistic rubber masks that they wear.
It's like a
See, that's the
future,
thing.
phone disguise.
That's the thing that's kind of annoying me at this point, is, like, anything we make up, it could be that, until the show decides to tell us.
Well, isn't that any theory
guess-
about
No,
a
but
show?
especially for this show, it's really that, because they're not giving us, anything. You could really make some wild speculations.
Exactly.
That's crazy the way you said it, though.
What Oxnard's saying is that they didn't really give us rules for the world.
Well, they do give a set of basic rules.
They
Like
show you
what?
they show you the rules of Westworld,
Like, you can't... of Westworld.
but not
So
the
West-
real world.
Of Westworld. Oh, okay, yeah.
But real
No, but I
world,
oh man, the show doesn't tell me any of the secrets. I have to theorize about the secrets until they tell me. Why can't they just tell me everything about the entire show in one episode?
No, that's not what I meant.
Yeah,
I know.
He means the rules are like how the real world is right now.
No, I understand. Hey, you know what? How do we know that Westworld isn't the real world? Or how do we know that Westworld, the world created by man, right? And then the world that man is in was created by other men or aliens. Didn't I talk about aliens last time?
Yeah, you usually do.
I usually do. Hold on. I honestly think that Anthony Hopkins is going to be an android. I feel like maybe he actually... But he wasn't always an android. Maybe he's more of a cyborg.
Mm-hmm.
Or just an android sympathizer.
Oh, no, I could definitely see that they're cyborgs.
Yeah, like he's worked on himself to propel his own life.
Sure.
Yeah.
I love that shot where you see the robot arms creating the eyeball.
Oh, yes.
And you see like how detailed they get it. That was pretty nuts.
Sewing the iris in.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Maybe he has a robot penis.
All right, Amazing Larry continues.
Wait,
But no, Oxnard, who do you think is a robot?
Oh, I said Anthony Hopkins.
That's it?
How
Okay.
it'll be revealed, it's going to be scary.
He has diarrhea.
Like Terminator, basically.
Like he's going to make like some monster form synthetically, and that's going to be him. He's going to be the Kraken.
He's going to download himself to some huge robot.
Hey, look!
To the net.
This is the Old West, and the Native Americans, they had Sasquatch.
Ooh!
That's still a possibility. I'm surprised. Has that timeline, that quest line ever been done in Westworld?
Oh, that'd be fucking awesome.
Going on fucking Bigfoot hunts with
I
cowboys?
want an entire episode dedicated to whatever that quest.
Oh, we should write them like an open letter. Like,
The
hey,
season's over, you know that, right?
you can do this. It will make sense.
We support you.
It will be like a random. It doesn't even have to be connected to the main storyline. It'll just be fun.
Yeah, make it just, what's it called? What is an episode called that has nothing to do with the plot?
A LARP.
Standalone?
No, I forget the name.
A filler episode?
A filler, yes, that's it. Sorry, my brain hasn't been working for the past 2 days.
I'm okay with that kind of filler.
Yeah, that's not a filler. That's that's a good kind of filler.
That's an obligatory episode.
Yeah.
Obligatory.
Make sure I want Wyatt in it.
Everything
For
else.
Wyatt versus Bigfoot.
All right, so Amazing Larry also said, a few questions for you guys. Do you think the entry position for employment at Westworld is cleaning the human jizz out of the robot vaginas and anuses? Don't forget the mouths and ears. And if... because these people are doing anything, so you know people are getting weird.
That's Dexter editorializing a comment.
It's not that I would do that. That's just that people... believe me, I'm sure people are sick, right? They're definitely like, I can't wait to fuck that robot in the ear.
All right, that's not what Amazing Larry said, but...
Oh, I know. I'm
You
just
put it in
talking
there.
about... I'm just saying, he left out a couple of holes.
I would
Right,
think
right.
that these robots are so advanced that eventually they would accumulate so much of the semen that they would turn it into a tiny pearl, and that would be a side business.
You sell semen pearls in the gift shop?
Turn it into a tiny pearl.
All right, fine.
It's the future, Dexter! They didn't set any rules! Anything is possible!
Well, Amazing Larry actually raised a very interesting question here. He says, and if humans someday cure all diseases, don't you think people would be fucking random strangers all day in the real world anyway and not need to fuck robots?
I don't think so. I don't think diseases are the only thing holding people back.
Yeah, there's a lot of healthy people around me. Doesn't mean I want to go out and fuck them, so...
Exactly.
Doesn't mean that they want you to fuck them. That's the greater issue here.
I think sexual relations are a little bit more complicated than that.
In this world, it's fine. In the real world, it's called rape.
I liked how you phrased that. That's a bigger issue. It's an issue that other people don't want to have sex with me.
That's always been my issue.
It's the story of my life.
Yeah, but don't you think the world would be a little boring without any disease?
No, there's still violence.
Yeah,
That's true. No, I know. I was just kind of half kidding.
Well, I just...
Getting rid of disease is going to be good all-round thing.
I'm sure there's some future diseases that they would have made.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's still some physical ailments. I'm sure you still break your legs and stuff like that.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't think they can cure you being a clumsy fuck.
Yeah, blunt force trauma to the head is still going to kill you. We're not immortal, so.
But But you just mentioned this, Oxnard, or Boss. I don't know. One of you did. I don't pay attention to who's talking. Which one of you mentioned that a new disease would come along? Because that would make sense.
Boston.
I mean, okay. Yeah, I mean, that's always happening. I mean, look at, AIDS came out of nowhere. That didn't exist until the 80s. I mean, there's always going to be some new disease that's forming. Like, nature will keep going. So, I mean, they've cured all diseases to the point that they're in.
Yeah, but maybe
be something else.
Yeah, but maybe technology has also developed to a point where you can constantly be in the same pace with nature.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Amazing Larry, I still have
unpredictable. Also, like, you can see, like, viruses and things become resistant to the treatment after a while.
I said this for our first discussion. I still think it's possible that they are all robots, the entire management, but they're just like a different breed of robot that's trying to make their own robots.
Cylons. Never
watched that show.
Well, they're not trying to make their own breed. I mean, they do kind of like, I think they make the basic, they refer to as toasters, the basic metal ones, right? But that's the ones that look like humans. And there's a whole thing with like trying to breed, like half human, half Cylon, all this kind of stuff. But yeah, well, that's an interesting point too. Maybe they are like a higher.
I think they could be. Robot. Well, that's the thing. I think maybe
they enslaved a man.
Maybe
sorry.
Go ahead. Who made them?
Ooh, they're looking for their god.
Yes.
So they're playing God in the meantime.
Yes.
So what about too? I mean, maybe
it's like AI.
That's true. That's true. And maybe who's to say that it's not robots who created Westworld and they have enslaved humans, and humans are now the ones being maybe they're not robots. Maybe they're just brainwashed and microchip controlled humans.
Yeah. See. I could see that working out too.
We haven't seen like gears besides like the map on the bottom of their scalp.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I think they're fully synthetic, like biomechanisms. There's no like metal parts.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I think you're right, Oxnard.
Like the early ones were like metal and all that, but then the technology is to a point where you can just physically create these things. They probably have a brain that works and all that shit.
A positronic brain.
Well, what's the thing he called it? A chamamary brain? Something Anthony Hopkins says? I think the scene's coming up now for in a similar spot, Dexter. When they're going in his office.
Cadbury.
A Cadbury egg brain. It's delicious.
Cadbury egg. Did I ever tell you, Bernard, that my favorite treat was a Cadbury egg, and that's what inspired me to make a robot?
A robot,
with this delicious cream for a brain.
I'm watching the scene where Bernard's like, you had a partner? But I don't know when he would have talked about the Cadbury egg brain.
Oh, I have a theory about...
It's when he goes to the chalkboard, I believe.
It's not really a theory, I guess. Just like a hope that like they'll have this... Eventually an episode with this amazing, triumphant scene where Teddy actually survives.
Yeah, really?
Ooh.
That's gotta be coming. I think that's such a cool concept. Like, a character who dies all the time, and then that one time
Trevor.
where he makes it.
Who's to say it won't happen this time? Oh, you want Trevor survives. That'd be fantastic. I can see Trevor going on the warpath.
Do you want to finish these comments? Tech TF said, so glad you guys are doing this show. Excited for the discussions.
Hope you're enjoying it.
Dictator Man... Dictator McLovin said basically the same thing. Oh boy, really excited by seeing y'all back. Can't wait to see more. Yep,
howdy, y'all.
Thank you. Then Inventor.
I wanted to contribute... Oh, sorry.
No, there was an empty space, so I was
trying to find it. I wanted to contribute more, but boss stole all the salient points I was going to make, i.e. Teresa smoking, and Dolores killing the fly, etc. And for some reason, I also keep wanting you guys to refer to the robots as robots, Zoidberg
Robots.
style. See, to me, that's Asimov style.
Well, he might not be familiar. Inventor, if you're not familiar with Asimov, start with iRobot.
Go on YouTube and look up
and
Asimov interviews.
Oh yeah, that's fucking awesome. And that's how Asimov talked. He basically was a Russian Jewish guy raised in New York. So he had the classic kind of Brooklyn Jewish guy accent. Robots, imagine Bernie Sanders.
Similar, yes.
Yeah, very similar, but he sounded less hoarse.
And he talked a bit better. Not in 3-word increments.
Yeah.
So,
they have the money! We take the money! Give you the money!
Money!
Yes, boss?
at the end of the episode with the host or robot that gets lost, and the two find him, the two staff members who go looking.
Stray.
Yeah, they find him.
Yeah.
What the hell's going on? First of all, let's talk about why is he cutting his head off, and then we'll talk about why the hell does this robot smash his head with a rock?
I don't know. That's what I mean. Exposition only when absolutely necessary. Otherwise, it's just confusing stuff.
Right.
I mean, that was nuts. I guess he was trying to...
Do they just need the brain so they can study what went wrong?
I don't know why he was cutting him up, but I guess he wanted to... The guy was trying to, hide something from them, so he caved his own head in? That was insane.
Yeah. It's like there's something going on in his brain.
Is that it?
That's the only thing I can speculate.
That's what I thought.
Oh, that's a good idea, actually. Huh.
Because that's when he woke up. When the guy was trying to remove his head or remove something from his head, the guy woke up somehow, disobeying whatever command had been given him, overriding the programming. Well, I don't know how that happened.
Arnold woke him up.
Yeah, and then he climbs up like he's going to attack the woman, and instead he just smashes his own head in so that... And see, what's interesting is that he specifically, smashes his head in where the guy was trying to get to. He doesn't just, go and kill himself in some way. He destroys what they were after. That's what I thought.
I like it.
I have another theory that I don't like, but I have it.
Okay.
Dish.
I hope it's not, real. In Lost, how the fucking smoke monster Man in Black was, was sort of, ominous.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that Ed Harris's Man in Black isn't sort of like that. I hope he actually is a person.
Maybe he's part of the program.
But I think it's possible that he's just, whenever a guest does something really bad, it's the Man in Black, and that's what the robot remembers.
Maybe.
But I hope that's not the case. Because, the one, the whore from the brothel has the flashback of the Indian who's going to scalp her, and that turns out to be him. Whenever something bad's going on with them, it turns out to have a memory of him.
Yeah.
Could be.
I'm hoping it's not, though. I'm hoping it doesn't really make sense. I hope he's actually going around scalping everybody.
I feel like I'd be surprised if it was like that, because he's really trying to get to this deeper level of the maze here, whatever this is. So I don't know why he would be searching for that.
Yeah, that's the other thing I was hoping. I thought we get some more information as to this new
I think we are next episode, because I saw the coming attractions for the next one.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and I don't know if you want me to bring them up at all.
Nah, that's alright.
Alright, well anyway, I'll just say that I think we'll find out more information about the maze. How much, I don't know, but I think we'll find out a little bit more.
Alright, sweet.
Yeah, I don't know, did we cover everything?
Any other points?
Pretty much. Did you see any hints of Neil Marshall's great directorial talent?
I just I found that I really, really enjoyed the episode.
Yeah, it was.
And then I was like, oh, Neil Marshall. Awesome. Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Definitely my favorite episode so far.
Oh, yeah, mine too.
I got a little bored when Dolores and Teddy were talking. Besides that, it was good.
You know what I kept thinking about is they have their own relationship programmed in.
Yeah.
This is an in-depth
someday, baby,
relationship. And also, but it also seems different every time. How is that even possible?
Well, I think she's trying to manipulate him
Yeah, she's trying to nail
it's her,
it down.
right? It's her that because she's different, so she's she's like the player in that sort relationship, and he's just programmed to like be in love with her,
right?
But she is like always changing things up a little bit.
Yeah, she's starting to think, okay, why not now? Why don't we go now? Like,
Yeah.
no, someday.
Some days just fancy talk for never.
Right.
Yeah, see, I'm looking at the scene now. Where
Typical man.
The Sky has to be a real boss, because the scientist walking with this guy in the desert, she's holding the rock up to the stars, trying to match it up. So, obviously, if it was fake Sky, you wouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, unless they went out of their way.
Oh, that's a good point. Unless
stars.
that is fake, and she's just like,
Comparing it.
Yeah, comparing it, because they might have just put like a map.
See, that's true too.
Maybe Neil deGrasse Tyson just consulted on the project, and he's like making a map of the stars up there. Maybe we're all just in a WESTWORLD.
We all live in a WESTWORLD. Yeah.
They should do like extra videos online, and one of them should be like an hour of those guys at the campfire going through their loop.
That would be amazing.
I know! That'd be hilarious.
It's like
that would be good.
All day and all night, like you just see.
Make that a DVD extra.
Yes! Please! You know how funny that shit would be?
That is so funny.
And just end it with like them coming up and then they all freeze in place.
That would be so awesome.
So funny.
Or that's like after the whole show ends. That's like the credits.
After whatever catastrophe occurs in WESTWORLD, those guys remain.
Yes.
They're the cockroaches of WESTWORLD.
Until the end of time.
Ooh, will they ever cook that rabbit?
Well, I got the firewood. It ain't my job. I already did that. I ain't gonna go out and do it again. Whatever they're saying. It's
I got a pit in my stomach the size of a horse's taint, or whatever he said.
What y'all got to do to get a bite around here?
Oh man, that's so funny. All right, well, I guess that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the comments were from episode 1.
Part 1 of the episode 1 and 2 discussion.
Yeah.
So if you're listening to this, the second part's already up, because I'm almost done with that, and I'm putting that up, and then this will be up probably at the exact same time. I'll put them both up at the same time.
Yeah. So comments, if we read comments from this one in the next, they would be in episode 4.
Yeah.
This one in episode 2. So we'll see what happens there. Just FYI.
Hope you enjoyed. And tell me why is the second one called Chestnut? I still don't understand that.
Let's see. Maybe I can give you an answer.
I love chestnuts, don't get me wrong.
Because I thought they were getting to like the crux, like the chestnut. Where's that chestnut?
I thought maybe there was a horse called Chestnut. It didn't really have anything to do with anything.
I felt like after I saw the episode and I saw it, it made sense for some reason, but I don't remember now.
Wonder if there's any theme with these titles.
The Stray was the episode of this one.
Well, yeah, let me read the titles out loud. First, it's the original, so let me read it as a sentence. The original Chestnut, The Stray, Dissonance Theory, Contrapasso, The Adversary, Trump Loyal, Trace Decay, The Well-Tempered Cavalier, The Bicameral Mind. By the way, that's Bicameral Mind. That's what he was referring it.
Oh, Cadbury Egg.
Not Cadbury Egg, Bicameral Mind. It's actually the name of the final episode.
I have one more thing. If you go to that website, the WESTWORLD, Discover WESTWORLD, it replays the same clips over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
There's one that's interesting because it's a black guy and he has a piece of paper and he looks at it twice as he's turning and walking. It reminds me of that scene from the quote proof of time travel clip where he's looking at a phone, where he's on the phone. That's weird. It doesn't seem like he should be looking at that paper. What would be on that paper where he would be looking at it?
It says kill all humans.
Watch the clip. If you go on our website, watch this little clip.
I'm on it now. It's pretty fun. You can book your stay. Hold on,
see
let
this
me test
guy?
this out.
What is he looking at that paper and walking?
I'll book our stuff right now. Okay, 3 adults.
Yes.
What time do you want to arrive? I'm free October 20th.
Sure.
Oh, 23rd is the only one available. Oh, see, it only lets you enter on a Sunday.
Really?
So maybe a stay is 1 week.
Oh, maybe that's when the train comes.
Well, a Sunday is when the episode airs, also.
Oh.
I wonder if that has anything
Yeah,
to
go
do
to
with-
book your stay and then choose dates. It only lets you choose.
Oh, yeah, it does. Oh, you want
Choose Sundays.
3 villas? 3 adults, 3 villas.
We don't want to cram into the same villa and have crazy orgies
That's
together. like those friends with the one friend who's super jacked who makes all the other friends feel bad about their bodies.
Oh, then it says, please contact the host for availabilities, and it gives you an access code. So maybe you got to take that code and put it somewhere. Yeah, it's an ARG. You got to go to different parts of the website and figure it out. It's also a map of the whole place. It's pretty cool.
But do you see that guy that keeps walking by looking at the paper? Is that weird?
Let's see. I see the town. See, looks like Teddy and Dolores riding. Let's see.
Let's see it.
See a stagecoach. Another stagecoach. Oh yeah, guy looking at a paper.
Isn't that weird?
Maybe he's a guest and he's just like.
What does that paper say, though?
Maybe he's on a quest, like buy my groceries.
Yeah.
Why can't?
The only thing that would make sense. The only thing that
Lamest
would make
quest
sense. The only thing that would make sense is if it's a map that he's looking at.
Well,
It's kind of a tiny map.
why can't a host look at a piece of paper as
Why
like
would you
just
be
part
looking?
of their?
Think about it. You're in the Old West. Why would you be looking at a piece of paper and walking at the same time? What would be on that paper?
I don't know, just to make you look natural. Maybe he found it. Maybe it blew into his face.
No, it's almost like it's either a screen or a map. I'm on to something.
Yeah, if you put in your email, it gives you a video here. I guess it's like commercial. Oh yeah, it's a commercial for Westworld. All right, cool. Yeah, people go check out discoverwestworld.com and play around with it. Let us know what you find out.
Yeah, and tell your hundreds of friends to subscribe to our channel.
Yes.
And give us your secrets. We can't wait
For you to do the work for
watch
us.
the show. Goodbye, Wyatt.
Wyatt, you served us well.
So why not? Why
So
not?
hopefully we'll see you in hell. Wyatt.
Time will tell.
Ring
Okay.
the bell. I used to have a Dell
Are we
computer. Yeah, unless you can think of anything else.
Yeah, I think that's it.
All right, yeah, I'm done.
All right, goodbye.
Bye, StS Bus.
STS Oxnard.
I'm Dexter.
Goodbye.
Bye.